You also worked at the Manitoba Theatre Center.
Mm-hmm. Working with Eric Cochran.
The show was called In the Gazebo. John Hirsch, I think, was the artistic director. And you also did The Fantastics. You were one of the father of the children. And the other father of the other child is a very long time friend of yours and a very, like, a fixture in Canadian theater as well.
You played Snoopy on Broadway.
Oh, Grand Cowan.
You were also in The Legend of the Dumbbells. It's the National Arts Center. There's a picture of Doug on the front.
All right. Oh,
is that Jimmy White at the bottom there of that picture?
I don't know. I can't see.
I think that's the show that Jimmy White had his like a real gun, but obviously not loaded.
Yeah.
But it had a bayonet at the end, and Jimmy was an amazing baton twirling person. He could do all this stuff. So in that show, he did all these tricks with his gun and spun it around like a, and at one point the bayonet came off of the end of the rifle and shot into one of the seats, but luckily no one was sitting there.
You know who else was in this? You remember Wanda Cannon?
Wanda, yes.
Yeah, Brian Mackay.
Yeah.
Barry Woods. George Murner.
Legend of the Dumbbells. Ooh. It was fun to do. We were all soldiers in it. And we toured it. And we took it to several different places. And it was fun to do. It was really fun to do.
And then you worked at a theater called Talk of Toronto.
Yes.
Dinner Theater. Do you remember any of the shows you did there at all?
Oh, gosh. There are a lot of reviews.
A lot of reviews. Larry, you want to help him out with the show he did there? Maybe share a few moments?
You played the...
You played the captain.
Captain and the stage manager and
David at Sea.
Yeah. I remember because Bert and Heiner Piller, and they were a small group of people that put up their own money to start Talking Toronto Dinner Theater.
That's right.
And I think we were the first show.
Oh, were you?
I think. Those dames at sea.
Are there any stories you can tell that are family friendly, Larry? That involve Doug?
Well, Doug, I don't know if you remember Patty James.
Yeah.
Who was so funny. And if you did a double show, because it's a dinner theater, you got a free meal. And she had a plate full of food, and she was walking up the stairs in her tap shoes still, and she slipped. Pushed the food all in her face, but of course we just laughed. Yeah, I was saying to Kiri that half the time you and I would remember stuff more about all the crazy stuff that happened in the wings, the backstage crazy, than the show itself.
And finally, Stratford. Do you remember when you were at Stratford the first time at all?
The very first time I was at Stratford, the Canvas Barricade.
In 1961.
Had a role in it.
I have a great picture of you. This is it. And you're doing the splits. You're jumping in the splits. I'm going to show this to you.
Oh, yes.
That was 1961.
Really?
Two Gentlemen of Corona.
What year was that?
1975. And there you are in your drag, The Gondoliers, 1983 with Eric.
Yeah.
And there's Kiss Me Kate, 89, with Dale Mesquite. Here is Twelfth Night, 91. You are Anything Goes, 2004. And then look at Douglas Chamberlain plus 35 years of going in circles, there and back again. So they must have done this article on you then. Made his Stratford debut in 1961. Yep. And yeah, who made this for him? Roy. Roy from Props made this for you.
Yeah.
Which is so great of Roy. He's retired now, but.
Do you have a favorite role in your career that you really remember at all, or a favorite play?
The only one I remember is Matthew.